Welcome, everybody, to today's weekly Town Hall meeting, July 10th, 2023. Today's agenda: projects and development updates, documentation updates, marketing updates, and collaborations. Bobson, please start us off with project and development updates.
Thank you. So I have some of the engineering reports for the previous quarter. So the last what we did for the last 2-3 months has been used to generate these reports. So in general, the last quarter that was primarily focused on research and product ideation. So most of the research happened in the Peerplays 2, uh, where we were experimenting and trying to figure out how to continue development using the substrate platform. And we also spent a lot of time learning the new tech, Rust, etc. And then we had together where also we had spent quite a lot of time for the ideation of the product. And we also experimented with a lot of proof of concepts where we try to integrate with uh, Open AI. We had a POC creator for that, and then we have a few of the new tools like uh, physical letter creation and sending APIs, etc. So a lot of time was spent on uh, these research. So that'll be reflected in our engineering metrics as well. So just to recap, we generally follow the DORA metric, and the organizational objective is to try to increase the number of releases. So these the common four metrics from DORA. That is what we use to track the efficiency of the engineering team. And starting with the and moving on to the DORA metrics. So in the last 3 months, our uh, the change lead time was much higher compared to the previous quarter. This means the time for any commit was approximately 36 days, but over the last 3 months it was high, and it was close to 2 months, 56 days, because and the reason is because we were doing fewer releases, and uh, even though we had like a lot of commits or JIT activity, we were not exactly following creation of MRs and review process, etc. So that's why these numbers looks so high. Let's go to the next slide, where I have the deployment frequency. Now, as I indicated previously, our deployment frequency was also very low. It's 0.03, or which is next to no deployments, compared to 2.5 deployments in the previous quarter. So that uh, we had, I think the only deployments we had was for the Peerplays JS library, and a couple of alpha releases. So that's why these deployment numbers are skewed like this. And moving on to the next slide, change failure rate. Again, we had no hotfix releases there. The production softwares, which is Peerplays blockchain and the next, we had no releases. So this number was zero. And at the same time, the good news is that we didn't see any crashes or halts around the time. Let's go to the next slide. This one is the throughput metric. So this was again showing similar standard, similar numbers, but probably little better compared to the other ones. So the last quarter, the number of pull requests that our developers were making was 2.1. Even that was lower compared to the Q4 of 2022, where we had more than 6 to 10 PRs per week. So previous quarter, it was 1.3. Now, moving forward, I think starting from the current week itself, sorry, previous week itself, we're seeing larger number of peers and reviews and releases. We made a lot of releases for together, also for blockchain, etc. So the number has radically changed overnight. That is the last week, and starting from this month, these numbers will look very different. And a shout out to the development team to make sure that we have to improve this, because this will essentially reflect in the number of releases that we will make. And we have some of the very fast uh, development processes happening in together. So we have to make sure that these numbers are back to what they were in the Q4 of 2022, or even try to make even better. I'm sure that that'll be the case, but just we have to make sure that we are back on track. So that's like a quick summary of our previous 3 months, and let's move on to the product updates. On the product updates, the major one is on the blockchain legacy blockchain code base. Uh, we've done a beta release 1.5.24. For close to last 1 month, we're working on various challenges with snapshots and account mismatches, and finally there were a few proposals which were not handled effectively. So we've managed to address and identify and address all these, and this latest beta release seems to be the last one before the mainnet release. So this beta release is available, and hopefully the public testnet that we're maintaining will get updated, and once that is done, we'll go ahead with the mainnet release. So we have a hard fork for this particular release set on 17th. So everyone who's maintaining the public testnet, please grab this from the repository and update, so that uh, we can prepare for the mainnet release as well. And this particular beta release will have everything that we've been working for the last close to 1 year, which is Ethereum Suns and separation of Suns, uh, and various improvements across the board. Uh, but the Bitcoin Suns will have to still use the older mechanism that we are not yet ready to use the lib Bitcoin support. So the idea is we'll have the mainnet release, and then let's say 1 month after the mainnet release, we'll have another release which will have the final support for lib Bitcoin also available. So we just need to verify few aspects. We don't expect more development on that front, but we need more time for verification of the lib Bitcoin feature. So that's Peerplays 1. Let's go to the next slide for Peerplays 2. On Peerplays 2, over the last 2 3 weeks, we were trying to verify our functionality, like the smart contract functionality from EVM, then the core ink based smart contracts, etc. So far it looks like these functionality is working, and we have went ahead with the pre-alpha release point 0.02, and we also have a pretty smooth QA environment based on Dockers, which can be used to launch the environment, and it also has a explorer based on Polkadot JS. It is modified slightly to support our chain. That is, the chain has Ethereum like addresses, so that support is also added. And we are proceeding with the next steps. Primarily, it looks like we have a few libraries or palettes which may be not required. But before trying to clean up the code base, we are trying to verify some of the core functionality. One of them being the randomness. So the new consensus algorithm we're working on, it relies heavily on randomness, and Substrate provides a verifiable random number generation function. So we're trying to verify these functionalities before starting to work on the consensus level changes. And parallelly, we are also trying to create a demo which can be used for the DApp developers and anybody who's interested in integrating with Peerplays too. So we're taking this approach of exposing the work as early as possible with the DApp developers, so that we can get early feedback and uh, also improve our documentation, etc. So uh, just a side note, this was one of the challenges we had with Peerplays One. I think honestly the developer experience was not so great. So this time we're trying to improvise that challenge that we had. Uh, so we are trying to release. We also have we have the DApp developers working closely with the blockchain developers. Essentially, we have people in our daily stand-up meetings as well, and we're trying to release these products as early as possible, get early feedbacks, and also trying to do some demos, etc., so that the integration becomes easy for the DApp developers. Okay, that's a plus two. Let's move on to the next slide. Uh, Minor updates on next. Essentially, we're working on the blockchain functionality. Sorry, block explorer functionality, uh, and some APIs. The development is it's pretty much done, and we're trying to allocate the QA resources for this, and we also wanted to make some like make create a documentation which will help us help anybody to deploy decks as well as these new APIs. That is also being completed. Now we'll have to do a release. I guess that's something which will happen later in this month. And the last one is together. So on together, I guess we're making an outstanding progress. Uh, I guess something that is interesting here is that by the time we had the UI screens completed, we pretty much had the uh, entire functionality available. Not exactly well polished or anything, but we had the end-to-end functionality available with few quirks like some of the uh, items like the AI integration failing once in a while, but the workflow is pretty much available, and now we're trying to uh, improvise it. And we've also started the formal QA. We're actively working on uh, the CI/CD, so we're trying to improve the CI/CD so that it's possible to do automatic deployments, etc. Um, and Yeah, so one of the I guess it talked about it extensively in the previous week. The pulling of some of these external data, especially the representative data that's been completed. And right now, this is integrated. The app is using GPT 3.5 Turbo, and looks like GPT 4 is available now, and that's probably one item that we need to verify now. And I think the marketing team will talk about it more, but we're also started looking into the marketing side of things and how to uh, go with the release, etc. That's also in progress. So that's pretty much everything from the development team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robinson. Sean, documentation updates, please.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So for documentation updates this week, We have some upcoming documents. We have our regulator monitoring dashboard. For GBC, we have some data specifications that we're putting together. Now, this is the peer review project. We have some documentation upcoming for API nodes, including how to configure and run them, what they are. We have also our market cap API documentation. And so specifically an API node for market cap information, like supply information and the amounts of tokens that our top holders have. So this is my update for documentation this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. Vlad, excuse me. Vlad and Oksana, marketing and content updates, please.
Thank you, Kelly. So to start off with content, we've been posting a lot of YouTube shorts recently, particularly educational content. It's all over our socials as well, but it's performed quite well. We've gotten over 3,000 views just on YouTube last week, and 200 likes there and some new subscribers. So it's nice to see our YouTube channel kind of picking up again. On the search and gather front, they're going to offer us a final presentation this week on their go-to-market strategy. And the landing pages for Together have been updated with their comments. And now we have 2 new options for testing. On the community front, the newsletter is ready and will be going out on Tuesday. So if you haven't signed up yet, please do on our website. We've updated the website to include different pop-ups and different sort of ways to make it easier for the community to access our newsletter. We will be using the Townhall content to populate the newsletter moving forward. So people that miss the Townhall will have a chance to be updated through our newsletter as well. Some questions came in around this week. I believe we'll discuss them later, mostly around our rebranding of the website and humanizing crypto. And I just want to say it is still obviously our mission to humanize crypto. We kind of communicate this through all of our marketing content and all of that. But we are taking an approach around being a tool that offers decentralization for dApp builders. So you'll see a lot of that in our marketing branding as well. And the Zone blockchain integration is set to go live this week. So stay tuned for that. That is all for me. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm taking over. Please. So the email template has been completed and is prepared for sending. So we have created a visually appealing and engaging email template that aligns with our branding. On the side, you can see how it looks like from the mobile version. Part of that, the software backend and email template of the new Peerplays newsletter is also prepared and organized. So, as Vlad mentioned, it's ready to be sent. SEO treatment on the Peerplays website is being implemented. Our team is actively working on implementing SEO techniques to improve the visibility and ranking of the Peerplays website in search engines results. These efforts will help to drive organic traffic and enhance our online presence. Also, mobile website improvements are continuing. Our team is making ongoing improvements to ensure a smooth and user-friendly experience on any mobile devices. We are creating a diverse range of graphic assets that reflect our branding vision. These assets will be utilized across various marketing channels, including newsletters, website pages, banners, and media content to maintain a consistent and visually appealing brand identity. So some of the examples you can see here. Next slide, Kelly, please. So the sketches for mockups of additional pages are being created in order to enhance user experience and provide valuable content. We are working on creating mockups for pages that we currently don't have information about. Also, here you can see the pop-up. To encourage visitors' engagement and increase our subscriber base, we also implemented a pop-up newsletter subscribe option on our news website. This will allow interested individuals to easily sign up for our updates and stay informed about the latest news, events, and development related to Peerplays. That's all from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Vlad and Oksana. Jonathan, collaboration updates, please.
Good day. These are the collaboration updates for Peerplays this past bi-week. So in the standards category, there's Government Blockchain Association. So we've been working with them in decentralized ID, and we've continued to provide contributions to that. There was one meeting this past 2 weeks, where we were providing input on that. In the gaming arena, we are going to be starting with that in the coming month, I understand. The leaders in that sector with Government Blockchain Association are planning to start working on that. This will contribute to their standards so that they would be adopted by everyone, organizations around the world that want to be able to use their blockchain maturity model. So a good place to be. When in the community category, Avalon Metal Labs and the community platform. So we've had some updates on that with the Peerplays integration, but there was also some updates in regards to Avalon Meta. So they are now sold to a company in India. And so with that, we're no longer technically have any kind of a stake in terms of their company. However, we do have a lifetime license with the platform, which is used at Peerplay Zone, in which we're having this meeting right now. So with that, that is going to be likely there's no longer going to be any involvement with Avalon Metas as the partner in regards to the community platform. However, as a lifetime with that lifetime license, the Peerplays community also is going to be getting that integration with Peerplays blockchain, which is still close to being complete. But that's once that's done, then that's going to also open up new horizons in regards to other platforms other communities being able to access that as well. So that's in regards to collaboration updates and dedicated team updates. So there's been quite a few changes actually in this past couple of weeks. So we've just confirmed that we have an HR generalist who will be joining us. Her name is Jacqueline Robertson. She's local to the area, so she'll be working with us here at the bunker. She's has quite an extensive background in HR, but she's also excited in regards to being able to spread out and do other things that the team is working on. So she's quite excited to be joining us. Talent acquisition specialist, we have a new one that's joining the team. Her name is Priyanka, and she is in the Toronto area, so she'll be working remotely. And she, of course, will be helping us with our talent with the team. And so all of this is leading to, unfortunately, one team member who won't be with us anymore. The people and culture partner is Alka. And so Alka's been with us for some time. Her departure from the team, though, is hopefully temporary. Not sure, though, but it's for personal reasons. Regardless, we're going to miss her very much. She is the one that has helped us a great deal in regards to organizing as a team. She's helped to be able to actually build the team. She's the one that's actually found a lot of you who are helping to work on Peerplays now. So yeah, it's quite sad, but it's understandable. Wish her all the best and hope that she's going to be able to achieve what she's looking to achieve in this departure. But that's it's just unfortunate. But hopefully, like I said, she'll be joining us again in the future. But until then, we do have these two new team members who are going to be helping in similar capacities to make sure that our team is all on track. So those are the updates for Peerplays this past week. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. And we had one question come in from the community. Jonathan, this question will be for you. Are more redesigns of peerplays.com planned for the next year?
Okay, so that's a fair question, given we've had a couple of redesigns in the last little while. So just to give a little context, I guess, for why the redesign. So the last one that was done about the same time that the DEX was being launched, and so it was integrated tightly with the campaign to launch that. And unfortunately, though, it wasn't meant to be something that was going to be permanent. It was simply so that it would really focus all the attention around the launching of the DEX. But now what we have now in terms of the website design is meant to be something that is going to be permanent. Not permanent per se in terms of design, but be more solid in regards to providing a story when people come to the website and being able to get the message very clearly. So we don't have any plans per se in the next year to introduce any kind of new designs. If anything, we'll just continue to enhance the story around the current Peerplays design. So yeah, that's the answer to that.
Thank you, Jonathan. And that concludes today's weekly town hall meeting 2023. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a great week.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.